Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Carey. This What Would You Do presentation is for CSC 350 Computer Ethics at National University. I will be discussing a scenario from Chapter 8, the impact of information technology on society, self-driving cars. This is the What Would You Do scenario number 2 in Chapter 8. It is 2025 and fully automated self-driving cars, complete with no steering wheel, are now widely available. In fact, such cars can be bought for only $5,000 over traditional non-automated cars. You are in the market for a new car. Which model do you select, the autonomous or the traditional model, and why? Before getting started with what I would do, I would like to cover the different levels of self-driving cars. There are 6 levels of computer involvement with the cars. They range from little to no involvement to full autonomous driving control. Level 0. A human driver controls it all, steering, brakes, acceleration, and the like, although the car may include some warning or intervention systems. Level 1. Most functions are controlled by the human driver, but some specific functions, such as steering or accelerating, can be done automatically by the car. Level 2. At least one driver assistance system of both steering and acceleration/deceleration using information about the driving environment is automated. The driver must still always be ready to take control of the vehicle. Level 3. Drivers can completely shift safety-critical functions to the vehicle under certain traffic or environmental conditions. The driver is still present and expected to respond appropriately if asked to intervene. Level 4. Fully autonomous and are designed to handle all aspects of the dynamic driving task, even if a human driver does not respond appropriately to request to intervene, including performing all safety-critical driving functions and monitoring roadway conditions for an entire trip, but not all driving scenarios. Level 5. Cars at this level have a fully autonomous system that is designed to handle all aspects of the dynamic driving task under all roadway and environmental conditions that could be managed by a human driver, including extreme environment conditions. So level 5 is not far off into the future. As we all know, 2025 is just a few years away. And in fact, just earlier this year, General Motors announced that they are going to begin testing a vehicle with no steering wheel, driver's seat, or pedals. And in March of this year, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration announced a groundbreaking rule change that updates federal motor vehicle safety standards. The regulatory change is has cleared the way for driverless cars that do not have traditional controls like a steering wheel or pedals. Now that we all have a clear understanding of the various levels of self-driving cars, I would like to establish the methodology in which I will be approaching this What Would You Do scenario. This 5-point decision-making process helps to create a linear path to break down complex dilemmas and situations into manageable problems with a logical thought flow. Step 1. Develop a problem statement. Step 2. Identify alternatives. Step 3. Select alternatives. Risk management is going to be considered in the alternative selection of this particular scenario. Step 4 would be to implement the decision, and step 5 would be to evaluate the result of the decision. My developed problem statement is as follows. In 2025, level 5 self-driving cars are now within a $5,000 price difference of traditional cars. When car shopping, what would I buy? As I see it, there are 3 primary alternatives to choose from. 1. Buy a traditional level 0 car. 2. Buy a level 5 car with no steering wheel. 3. Buy a car that is level 1 through 4. A reminder that level 1 through 4 cars are neither all driver dependent nor fully automated. These options would allow me to select how much control I want to have over my vehicle in routine and extreme road conditions. I have selected the third option as it will allow me to find the balance between personal involvement in driving and new technologies. A safety-critical system is a system that could cause harm or loss of life if there was a failure. The operation of a car certainly falls in this category. The class text explains that manufacturers of safety-critical systems must sometimes decide whether to recall a product when data indicate a problem. For example, automobile manufacturers have been known to weigh the cost of potential lawsuits against that of a recall. Drivers and passengers in affected automobiles, and in many cases the courts, have not found this approach to be ethically sound. Bearing this in mind, I would not feel comfortable being fully reliant on an automobile manufacturer for the safe operation of my car in any road condition. Understanding that self-driving software is a safety-critical item, I need to ensure that my selected alternative addresses the potential risks associated with safety. Despite taking numerous precautions, safety-critical software systems remain vulnerable to errors. My family and pets ride in my vehicles. Regardless of the quality of the algorithms supporting the self-driving software, dynamic road conditions present a risk variable that cannot be fully accounted for. The potential loss that could occur in the event of an accident is too great for me. I will be adopting the avoidance risk management strategy, opting to eliminate a vulnerability that presents a risk, and thereby eliminating the risk altogether. In the event the vehicle enters a situation outside of the operational design domain, I can take control of the vehicle. In implementing my decided alternative, I will test drive 2 cars, a level 3 and a level 4. While test driving the level 3 car, I test shifting the vehicle to handle safety critical functions. I then overrode the self-driving aspect of the vehicle in the test drive. I also allowed the vehicle to respond to road situations. My response was faster. While test driving a level 4 car, I allowed the car to handle all aspects of driving-related tasks. I overrode the self-driving car and responded to a road situation. In general driving conditions, the car performed at the same level I would as a driver. The level 4 car is what I decide to purchase. In my regular driving conditions, the car will operate safely and at the responsiveness of my personal driving standard. This would be in traffic, rain, and with minimal sunlight. Due to the severe weather conditions in the rather rural area of Washington State I live in, there are occasions where the autonomy functions of the self-driving car will not be suitable. With the level 4, I am still able to take control versus with the level 5, which would not allow me the option as there is no steering wheel. There are a number of factors to consider in this what would you do scenario. There is safety and subsequent risk to my family. There is a necessary level of trust in technology, and there is a pragmatic understanding that auto manufacturers are driven by profits and make decisions like recalls based on finances, not ethics. I also need to be realistic that human error also impacts the safe operation of a vehicle. Building a matrix in my mind and leveraging the 5-point decision-making process, I find that accepting well-developed technology and also allowing for human interface blends both the shortcomings and strengths of human interaction and technological interaction to produce a solution that is least likely to succumb to the various risks of driving. That solution is to leverage a highly involved self-driving car with the option of human control, a level 4. Thank you for taking the time to view my presentation, and if you have any questions, please respond to my post on Brightspace. The following sources were utilized in the development of this presentation.